Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on the new Albion military duel map. Today we've got Buffygum playing as Corpus, and he's going up against Nos playing as 157Y, certainly the better division in this matchup. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Okay, so this is the deck review for Buffygum, and he's playing as Corpus, Donkey Kong Polish thingy. I have a guide on this division, so I recommend watching that guide and copying the deck from there. There's a couple things here I disagree with, so we'll point them out, just taking a good look-see. So first things first, right, okay, so the Honkaries, yeah, it goes faster if you're at max vet, but you need as many of these as possible on this division, so I wouldn't be doing that. This and that is fine. Typically you want 3 cards of supply so you can keep this firing the whole game, and these, but if you want to run 2, can't really stop you. In terms of CV options, I think this is the best one. 8 AT smoke, 3 AT smoke. It's not CV. 6. Oh, this is forward deployed, but it costs way more. So typically you just want to open with 2 of these anyway. Nice and cheap, makes your deployment better. This guy, don't bother with that. What you want instead is this, because if you come up against T-72s or just any tanks in general, like all your AT is really crap, so you don't want this. You got enough infantry, you want these guys. You probably don't need 2 cards of sappers, like this is enough by itself, so you can swap this out. I would not be bringing this in a slow transport, don't see the point in that. If you get rid of this, because this is 3 flamethrowers, which is really nice to have. This is easier to use because it's got satchels and AT, so just get rid of whichever one you want. You need a second card of ATGMs, and you can bring this in the slow transport if you want, because this has 2 SPG9s on it, or you can just sack it off and bring it in the car. It depends. If I go into ranked, I'll bring it in this, but if I'm in a tournament, depending on who I'm facing, I'll just swap into the US, so take your pick. You want the one that's got a rank of vet for 5 points, the forward deployment. This thing, yeah, you can 2-vet it if you want. I mean, the idea is you buy 1 down every road at the start, so you can 2-vet it if you want. Yeah. Like, the pions are nice to have, but typically if you're buying these, something has gone horribly wrong. Don't upvet that, ever. What's the point? You just want to fire the coffins, you want as many of those as possible. This I don't really rate 2 for... Well, I suppose the... I mean, your other choice is this or this, but, you know, for the same price, because they're both 3-point slots. It is what it is. 2 top armor, 1 top armor, so I can understand why it's there. Yeah, recon, helo, BRDM2s to go around the side and stuff, that's all good. Yeah, you want this to shoot people. Okay. I can't remember if I bring these or not. I'm pretty sure I don't, because this just does it. Maybe I do, I don't... Anyway. Helis, this is a lot of helis. That's a 3-point slot. You need 6 fighters. There's no getting around it. You need 6 fighters. It's this, isn't it? I need to check. It's been a while since I played Corp. I've been playing it in all the tournaments and stuff, so... Yeah, it is. So, you can get 6 forward deployed Strela 2s that are just going to miss, right? Which you don't need anyway, because this is forward deployed, so you just unload it and shoot them and then load it back up. Which you were going to do with this anyway, so... The thing is, this is 100 and this is 90, so that is a concern. That is a consideration. Yeah, but you really need the 6 fighters. That's sort of non-negotiable. And then you really kind of want the cluster as well, because your main enemy's tanks, right? You can't kill these tanks, so how are you going to kill your tanks? I mean, I believe I only run 1 of these now. Or it might be because the I'm pretty sure I just run 5 CVs, which is risky. Yeah, because I've got 3 cards of supply. And I run this one because it's, obviously it's nice to have the 40 pointers, but this is cheaper. And yeah, so I just run 3 cards of supply. I've got fewer helos, that's what's going on. I've got fewer helos so I can get the cluster too, because you end up against these helos, you're going to have a tough time. So just something to think about. I mean, you can run it like that if you want, but, you know, typically... Right, so instead of this, you should be running this, because it's got phalangers on it. It's way more useful, it's still 2 per card. And this also has phalangers on it, so you should be running that instead of the other one. If you need rockets, these have rockets anyway, so... this one's better than this, because 57mm aren't as good. So there you go, that helps with the tanks, right? It is nice to have the cluster for the tanks, but if you've got, you know, 1, 2, 4, 6 ATGM helos now, and also an extra card of ATGMs here, this thing is really not that great, so you can just get rid of that if you want. Although the accuracy's got up 5%, it's just... I don't know, man. It's not that great. So yeah, that's what I would change. His opponent is playing 157Y. He's called Dnipropetrovsk or something. This guy told me to keep myself safe after I beat him. Sadly, I wasn't recording at the time. So yeah, this is shit. Don't bring that. If you want lots of arty, just bring this. Right, don't upvet your mortars. So yeah, this should be sufficient. I mean, you can bring that if you want or whatever, but 2 AP is nice to have. Yeah, 3 cards Reservist, that's very common. That is core. What? Man, this guy is retarded. No wonder he was telling me to keep myself safe. Don't upvet those guys. You don't need 2 cards of military police. Regular motor Strelky is nice because you need the AT. He's already brought the BMP ones, which is good. Or you can have 2 cards of ATGMs, which is also nice on this div. I like having the nice AT because, I mean, this is 18, which ain't so bad, so you can do what you want, really. These are for the ATGM, so typically I have them down vetted, but it is what it is. Still undecided on this. Yeah, I mean, it's so these guys, I mean, maybe this isn't so bad. 7-4? That's just wrong. It should be 7-5, but yeah, yeah, it's rough. What can you do, eh? How many CVs has he got? 6, which is enough, really. Yeah, just do what you like. He told me to keep myself safe, so I'm not gonna bend over backwards for him, am I? Yeah, it's got smoke and stuff, it's a nice tank. These are the guys who are going to be fighting at the start, so you want them at 1 vet, because they're getting there first. And then these are footmen, so you can have them at no vet. You want this or this to shoot infantry. 3-point slot though, very annoying. Like, this is a nice piece of kit. But yeah, if you want to shoot helos, then I suppose you kind of need this, but this is not very good at doing that. Like, you'd be better off bringing... Yeah, so, like, this is really good against helos, because it's got this double gun on it. And this fires at helos, and this fires at helos, so you want that so you can kill the helos, right? And then you can get rid of this, because it's not going to do anything anyway. Downvet this, because you just want as many of them as possible. And then you can either bring this, which absolutely annihilates infantry, or you can bring this, which annihilates infantry for cheaper, and you get almost twice as many of them and they're half the price, so it's actually the better deal, but this is very, very funny against infantry. It's just it's quite expensive and not very available. So that's it for the deck reviews. Now we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. And as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so with that out of the way, this div is really, really, really hard to play. I've been playing a lot in the tournaments. I have a guide on how to play it. But the first piece of advice I give is that if you're not good at microing, just don't play the div because you're just going to lose. The main thing is about you buy the forward deployed smoke mortar and you just spend the whole game smoking everything. And yeah, I don't think he's bought that. So Corpus is going to get there first on this map, right? And the map has like lots of open ground, so if you get pushed out of mid, it's very hard to get back in. So that will give him a big advantage. But because of the way he's constructed his deck, he doesn't actually have that many anti-tank tools. Like, he hasn't brought the good RPGs, he's only brought one card of infantry ATGMs. He's not brought enough ATGM helos. So stuff like the IS-2, he's just really, really going to struggle to kill. He does get some T-55As of his own, though, so see how it goes. 157Y, I think is a reasonably decent div. Like, it's not the best div ever, especially since the Reservist are no longer 30 points. That was obviously very silly. But I'd say it's, it's fairly decent. Like, solid B tier division. Corpus, I'd say, like, B minus. I don't actually have any D tier divisions. I don't think there are any. I think balance is fairly decent now. So we got two Reservist Razvedka here, and another one on the right. As you can see, he's sort of just giving up on the mid for the start. And then he's just bringing 9 Reservisti, 2 Commandituras, and 5 IS-2s. And yeah, so this is the other reason why 157Y is a lot better on this map. He's got 2,800 meter range ATGMs, which obviously when it's a big open field is super, super useful, whereas his opponent doesn't have anything like that, so and this can really mess him up, right? Then on the right we got a couple more Reservisti, and this, I don't know why he brings this, but there it is. Switching to his opponent's deployment, we got Buffygum. He's got the SPG-9s, opening with the SPG-9s. But he's doing it wrong, basically. It is nice to send, one down each main road, for example. But basically, there should be one going down here and up here to there with an AA with it. And there should be one going down here as well. The point is to get behind your enemy. If you just whack him in the front with something that's got no armor, you're just going to die. So he's going to get there, and then he's going to shoot the IS-2, and I've not seen it, but I think that this is going to take 1 damage and then it's just going to kill him. So you want to be trying to get around the side and use the LOS and stuff. Like I said, super hard division to play. Like, so if you were going down here, you'd stop it there. And then you'd shoot them as they come into range. If you're just in the open, I suppose this is in some trees, so we'll see. There's no recon there, right? So we got a forward deployed ATGM, Metis, AA, 2 SPG-9s. And then we got a forward deployed Strela, ATGM, this guy, which is, it's not worth bringing really. Metis, AA, SPG-9, SPG-9. Like, they don't have the range for these open fields really. Like, so if those were just sent down here around the back, and then you can infiltrate this, you can really mess them up. The other thing is to combine them with that forward deployed smoke thing. Yeah, on the right we got an ATGM. It's looking down that road, which is nice. This guy again, Metis, AA, and of course the SPG-9. Backed up by 2 40-point CVs, so we'll get Fedor, Gregory, Elaine, and Dmitry, and Maryutka for the right, just to hold this. But typically you should be the one exploiting this, you should be going down there. And same on the left, you should be trying to get around him, and you could just park it here with the AA and just sit around and wait, and then once his artillery starts shooting, like 20 minutes in, then you just deploy it and kill it. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of practice, but yeah, it's a very hard div to play, this one. Let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views. They also get a Steam key for my game Hearse Hero, which is on Steam. Still working on that store page, but the game's on Steam. You get a key if you fill out the survey, or you can just DM me on Discord after you signed up. Whatever you want. So yeah, thanks for watching the videos. Do appreciate it. In these in the twilight years of Warno, game's too old basically. Anyway, so as you can see, the Honkers are going to get there first. This is a very useful forest for blue to control, actually. You should be putting more in here. It's like these two can both be going there, because if he owns this, not only can he pressure this, but also they can't really get to you, because you should just have like a Gorillion ATGMs in there. I'll be honest, this map isn't too bad for Corpus, because you can get the coffin launchers for this town, right, and you see somebody just coffin him. For whatever reason, he's one-vetted his coffin launcher, so he gets fewer coffins. SPG-9s, really, yeah, they're not in the right places, really. I mean, okay, well, that was a good kill. We got both of them, so that's that 2-vet coming in there. The IS-2, though, we're still predicting. So yeah, they do some work. Like, I mean, he's actually getting a lot of value out of these. His opponent not really respecting him, right? Because the recon sort of died, and then if you can see him anymore. But yeah, you run away now, right? You're not going to win that fight. Oh, he's winning. No, never mind. He got a lot more damage done than I thought he would, but basically if you just reverse behind here, then they come round and you shoot him in the side. You get him on the side armor, that's the whole idea. You want him on the side armor. That target switched there, but it is what it is. TikTok, not quite sure why he got that. This needs to hide behind there, this needs to hide behind there, this needs to hide behind there, this out of ammo needs to hide. Yeah, and then like move these up to here so they can shoot across, so very hard to play the division well. Where are all his points? Maybe he bought a plane or something, that's what this was for. Or a helo. So yeah, you know, if you're getting shot, just retreat behind the building. You don't want to stand there and get shot by, you know, 23 guys or whatever. So it's not ideal. But yeah, if you're Corpus, you need air superiority, because otherwise these rocket planes are going to come in and kill you. This is the SU-25 Rocket 2. It's got 3 banks of rockets. It can one-shot like heavy tanks, or one-pass heavy tanks. If it gets a good bead on it with all the rockets and everything, it can kill them. I prefer the one with 3 availability, which doesn't one-pass heavy tanks, but has 3 availability, so it's useful. So you see, basically, the idea is, you know, you lose the front of it, then you fall back behind the buildings and stuff, and smart going for the AA. But yeah, I mean, so you should have had a couple more Malyutka ATGMs in there. That'd be killing all this. And then maybe 1 or 2 T-55s, but in general, you know, the Reservisti are kind of hard to kill. Also, he didn't bring the MMG teams. Actually, yeah, that would have made a huge difference. If he had the MMG teams, well, they'd be killing the Reservisti, and the Malyutkas would be killing all the tanks, or at least suppressing the crap out of them. It would still be fairly difficult because of what's on offer here, but you'll notice he's got no AA. So these might get a lot done. A 3 triple AA helo. So this will dive and then they should kill it. For whatever reason, when you stick a Strela on a helo, it just suddenly gets way better. It's because they've just stack cloned another unit, basically. So, yeah, I mean, he's secured the left, right? He could even move this up to there and go for this. He's got the AA, but he sold his transport, so he can't move it up to deal with the threats. You got to keep the transport with it, really. Like I said, super hard div to play well. Very high skill ceiling div. So, these, I mean, they're a little bit too spread out, but I think they'll still be able to shoot that. Well, it is what it is. They're not as good as like the 80.1s simply because they cost more. They've got more HP though. Also 3 fighters is probably going to kill you if you've got 3 AA healers. So he needs to land this one. Looks like he's just going to chill out and let this shoot him. These 2 APs are useless, by the way. You don't want to bring that. So yeah, this is dead. Is he just not going to... I mean, he could have just shot it with this. I don't know what he's doing. Hello? Hello? Oh my god. He's just not... I get it. This guy probably goes outside, right? While I'm studying the blade, he's outside having a life and so on. But, I mean, come on, man. Just right click it. So we got some of the wrong MG team. I mean, it's nice in that it's got Resolute. So it's basically got like half a rank of vet for free, but it doesn't have the forward deployment, so it wasn't there when he needed it. So I prefer the because yeah, I mean, it finally happened. So yeah, I don't like these 2 AP things because they're slow and they're just not very good. And it's like, oh, it shoots at planes. Well, not really, because it takes so long to aim with such a low range that it just doesn't really do anything. So yeah, looking very, very, very bad for Blue now, right? He's basically lost a lane, a Gregory, Bravo, but he's still got this one, Boris, and the CVs haven't caught up yet. But yeah, it just comes down to that deployment. The deployment was so he needed more forward deployed machine guns, and then when you get shot, you just drop behind the buildings, drop behind the building, drop behind the building, drop behind the building. Because like you see at these close ranges, he's killing all of those like quite easily. And you know, a couple of these at the start basically could have just been sat there and just shooting everything because he didn't really have much recon. Well, yeah, he had a bit of recon. But it's all like close range stuff, right? I mean, this has 2,800, but the main gun is 2,100. This is 1925. And this was the only thing he had that was shooting above, you know, above 1925, basically, at the start. I believe he only had one of these. It might have been two. So yeah, with Corpus, you really need that. It's interesting, this fire's while moving, apparently. Or was it stopped? I'm not sure what happened there, because it says it's stationary. No, it doesn't. This can fire on the move. Okay, interesting. Wow, it actually hit him twice there. It's crazy. So, yeah, the Mayukas, you can sort of put it here to cut that gap. Don't think he's well, he's going for it with the unspeakable one, but the LOS will break. This is on an yeah, so you should get this before it goes in. He's got the recon. The ASUs can come over here. Like, he can bring this back. Getting from here to there is basically impossible, but he's still got this, so he can come up this way and attack across. He's got the ATGMs, right? So there you go, right? Because I mean, this guy not paying too much attention to what's happening. But yeah, these ASUs, they could be over here. He's buying a lot of them now. He needs like infantry and so on. Basically, expect this to die. Maybe put another, you know, a couple units in here. That's why the MG teams become quite useful, right? And then you can. Oh, this is out of ammo. This is not going to that, so this will probably kill him. But we'll see. This is nice because it reloads in 16 seconds if it doesn't get hit. So you just immediately evac it. It's getting hit. So it might take a little bit longer. It lost less than 1 HP though. So yeah, you can go for the S. No, I don't understand why he did that. He could have just turned into this and fired the things at it, but it looked like he'd. Yeah, so I think he's got evac Winchester on. So it just evac'd after it had lost its bullets. So these guys, yeah, just kind of driving in and dying. They're best used defensively, the ASUs. He wants another ATGM here, and these should be like going up to here and then down. Obviously, it's easy when you've got the perfect vision, but it is looking pretty rough. Honestly, I just don't like if you're not mega ultra giga micro. Playing Corpus is just extremely painful, and I don't recommend it. Unless it's a team game, in which case, you know, you pick your lane, you get your coffins. You should do alright in a town. I should do very well in a town, basically. So, that thing died. I think the SU-25 got it. It's still got some rounds left, but... Yeah, I don't know, that was just kept target switching. He wanted to shoot this, and then it swapped to this. I think it might have swapped to that at the end. So yeah, it's not looking up. It's not looking up. So the thing with Corpus is you're supposed to win at the start, and then it's just kind of desperately holding on, and you can do that in a variety of ways, right? You can use the coffin launchers, you should be spamming the smoke everywhere with the whoops, right? And you should have ATGMs everywhere. The ASUs are a defensive tool, you know, because of the mediocre stealth. But if you've lost the opener, then it's usually just not fantastic. But he wants to keep going. I mean, to be honest, Red is kind of feeding a lot. Blue's Air Force is doing a lot of work here. It's getting a lot of kills. Just picking off lots of infantry there. Looks like Red's going to take Boris. I think that was Boris there. Yeah. So yeah, you see the advantage of, you know, and so on. Obviously, if that thing's shooting at you, you should just run away because, you know, his missile goes faster than yours and he can survive a hit from you. You can't survive a hit from him, so you should just immediately be going in here. Like, as you can see, this fired first and that hit first, so... Yeah, tough div to play. Gotta have the micro. I don't know, just drink some coffee or something. But the main thing is, you know, some strats are easier to execute than others. Having said that, I mean, obviously 157Y isn't a particularly easy div to play either. I'd say it's easier than Corpus, because it's just kind of like, you just buy all the shit and walk it in a straight line, which is basically what he's doing, right? That doesn't take a whole lot of thought. You gotta have the courage to do that, right? A lot of people kind of piecemeal it and then it doesn't work. It's a fairly straightforward strategy. But yeah, if you're at this point and you're blue, you should basically just surrender because you've lost. If you didn't get anything out of the start, it's basically only downhill from there. He is bringing the whoops though, so it's going to be cool to see some smoke mortars. If you buy the Pion, as soon as you buy it, you should fire it because it's going to be reloading while it moves. Which is obviously a bit dumb, but that's the way it works. So this can reverse, so it doesn't die. You can't really afford to lose your units as blue in this case. You don't have enough of them, as you can see. Because you're stuck paying the airborne tax for the rest of the game as well, whereas your opponent doesn't. And the idea is, you know, you're paying that tax because you were supposed to get something out at the start. I mean, it doesn't always work out, right? Be interested to see, you know, if he can actually pull this back, because... I mean, he's still playing, so presumably... That was a nice kill, he got 2 there. But yeah, it's going to be +3 to Red shortly. He sold the transports, which you never ever want to do with these. Because if they get counter-batteried, they're going to explode. They've only got 2 HP, so they're classed as a mortar, as opposed to like an artillery piece. You know, a howitzer or something, which has a lot more. There you go, this has 8. Because it's... Even though there's only 2 guys on the model, right, it's classed as a bigger artillery piece, so it's got more people on it. So in real life, it's have a crew of more than 2, but it's more of a balance thing, and this is just one of those niche edge cases. It's only 1 division. But yeah, if you sell the I mean, this is it's not great, really. Because, especially given how close together he's put them, if a round lands there, they're both dead. But yeah, typically, you know, you want these firing the whole game, just smoke everything up. Smoke everything up. So, yeah, you'll see this against the tanks. Did want to show you that. As you can see, because of the 3 racks of missiles there, it does a lot. And that, it's a pretty high armor type. It's probably going to die here, actually. I mean, yeah, this thing is usually not that great, but if the enemy just kind of flies around you in a big circle, then... Or a small circle right on top of you, so you can't miss. It tends to be quite effective. So, Pion's getting some kills here. These, I mean, he's bought them, they should be shooting, really. So if he's going in with this should be firing there, and this should be firing there, and then you want to move them, because the enemy should counter-battery it. But he's, I think he had the right idea. I think he bought it to do that. I don't see why else he would have bought it, but he's just not paying attention, so he's going to lose 1/3 of his attack power there. And this is still shooting, so... Like, if you see the ATGM coming towards... Yeah, you unload, right? Because if it kills the transport, it's not as important as if it kills the infantry inside the transport. So 2 Krugs out now. Eventually these will hit him. So he's doing the smoke thing. And now he needs to move. He bought another Python, which is going to kill his... because he's not firing it, right? But like this could have been, you know, how many more infantry, right? So that's 80. Could have been 3 more infantry in here, which is what you need at the moment. It's obviously hard to, you know, think ahead of time, right? Because you don't have perfect vision, you don't really know what's going on, you got to manage a lot of fronts and stuff, right? So this, I mean, he's put it on an attack move, so it's just going to stand outside the building and get shot. He needs to have it in the building, and then move it up building to building. So he's noticed now. And yeah, these aren't reloading, so it's not ideal. You see his opponent's moving his arty, although I'm not sure what it was shooting at. So, Ions, getting some work done. I'm not sure why he did that. Oh, I suppose it was because of this. And yeah, it's hard for Blue to kill the bombers without fighters, and his opponent seems to have him outclassed on fighters. Because he only bought 2 cards of the MiG-29s, brought 2 cards of the MiG-29s. You need all 3 because... well, because of situations like this. Like, your ground-based AA is crap, so if you don't have the air control, you just get killed. And you can see that happening in real time. But he's taken the zone, and that's going to put the tick on a +1, which means if he takes this, he'll be winning. Main issue is, of course, not letting the enemy through here. But there you go, the comeback is real. This guy's finally got some ammo. Oh, that's a huge kill. Because, yeah, he upvetted it for whatever reason, so he only has 1 of those and is dead now. So that's a very big kill. He's killed the enemy howitzers. He's got barracks, but they are barracks. They are not very amazing, because they fire a lot of bullets, so they drain a lot of supply. But they're low caliber, so they don't really hit anything. Well, it's 130mm, so it could be worse. I believe these guys have 18 AP, they do. So they might, if they get a side shot, they might be able to kill this. But given the direction they're coming in... yeah, that's a good way of dealing with these, you just strafe them with the plane jet, especially if you've got air dominance. There you go, oh, he got a side shot there. Presumably, otherwise, I mean, it took a lot of damage. Maybe not. Maybe it didn't. I don't. But yeah, no coffin launchers is really weird. That's another advantage of the division. He's getting the infantry in here now. But yeah, if you had a coffin launcher, oh, there's a guy there, zoom, dead. Right, and you just slowly move through the town doing that. It's very effective. But yeah, Red not really using his advantages, right? I mean, all this he's taken, he could have moved up. He could have literally just walked in here, but I don't know. I get into this kind of habit as well, where it's like if I do really well at the start, I'm just like, oh, I've won, and then I just stop paying attention, stop playing as hard, and then you unwin. So this guy, he's getting shot. You just throw the smoke there, and then drop behind the building, or just drop behind the building. Right, you don't sit there and let the T-55 shoot you, it's very sad. I mean, that was very, very ballsy. It's just because this one doesn't have AT, otherwise that'd all be dead. The TikTok got behind him there with its 8 missiles, so... although the Krugs... one of them's died, it probably got artied. And, yeah, this should go down. No, you've ran out of everything, okay. So, yeah, this thing's terrible. Don't bring that. It doesn't do anything. Hopefully we get to see that. So, yeah, here's the Berrig. It's got 6 salvo length, which is a detriment, not a buff. And it's only 130mm and like 152, so it's not that amazing. So this... as you can see, doesn't do a huge amount. Sort of a big waste. But yeah, it's just the way the MLRS HE scaling works is really dumb. So 130mm, 2.57 HE. 240mm, 2.4 HE. Why? Just cause. So they're not very good at doing that. In general, they can be nice in team games. This one in particular is just shit, and you shouldn't bring it. It's also got a longer reload time than a Grad, even though it's got fewer rockets. Right, this thing's so effective, you just can't do anything about it, because you'd either need about 10 Strelas, or he'd need to... He's just bought 2 more? Is he forgotten about these? But yeah, once it runs out of the big rockets, it becomes a lot less good at killing the tanks. So that was an ATGM in there, gets taken out by the Berg. It's got nice range, which means the, like you'll notice this actually... Oh, this is more, never mind. So it's got quite a small dispersion circle. But yeah, if Red just went forwards a building or two, we'd see this. I suppose he's worried about the T-55As. Okay. I mean, you'd expect the ASU to finish it off, because it's basically side-shotting it, because he's just right-clicked this, so it's just going in a straight line. Is he going? No, he's going backwards. You gotta be careful with the LOS around here, because it does get you killed. Like, there's big gaps between the buildings and stuff, tends to get you shot. So he's bought 2 more whoops, he sold the transports again. And he's actually resupplied these now, so that's good. But yeah, if this was just put on counter battery, you'd just kill all these. Especially given how close he's putting them together, they would just die in like 1 hit, both of them. So obviously, you know, 1 hit per pair, not 1 hit for all of them. So that's in range, so what you want to do is just reverse until it stops shooting you. And then you don't lose all your cohesion. So, I mean, he's really playing really quite fast and loose here with his units. Reservist goes down. These aren't as good as Malka's because they've only got a 2 salvo length. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm not sure what. I mean, Blue, he's done a good comeback, right? He's doing a good comeback. He did just lose the CV though, so he's gonna have to buy another one. But I'm not really sure what Red's doing. I mean, once he took the zone, he should just stack it full of ATGMs and the the T-55s and so on. But instead, he just kind of bought a bunch of artillery before he finished securing his front line, and now he's lost all his guys. So it's not ideal, really. Furthermore, he does not bring the PKM teams either. People just like dying, I guess. So what you can do is, just ping this, and then hit it with the barracks. I suppose he's going for the PKM teams. It's fair enough, really. Just re-aim 3 times. So I'm not sure why that was loaded up, but you gotta watch out here. I mean, this thing can just kill you. I suppose if you let the T-55 take the shots, it can work. I mean, presumably you bought all these so he could sort of smoke and get in, but T-55 gets taken out by infantry again, just driving too close, right? Just use the LOS tool, right? C, just put it on him. Oh, there's the gaps, and then you come over here, shoot him that way. But yeah, I mean, Corpus doesn't have much that can kill this. He could try buying a healer, it's just he's not got any fighters, so he'll just die to an enemy plane. This might make it in. Let's go for the ASU, okay. Needs more AA, really. Maybe he bought it all and he's not got any left, but he should still have some left. He was aggressively vetting them, so maybe he doesn't. And yeah, this is where those... so he didn't bring the card of the double RPGs, which is super, super, super useful. So you can use these on the SU-25s, because they've got the side missiles. Just evac them. I mean, they could have still gone in and killed it, but I think he's got evac Winchester on. So yeah, this squad, I mean, I don't bring it. I just prefer the you know, like PKM teams, 2 cards ATGMs, that sort of thing. Maybe I do bring it actually. That one, the SVD one. I can't remember. I bring the Beretti guys. I bring them at 1 vet. Get as many of them as possible. This Topaz 2 AP is doing him absolutely no favours. I don't think it's done anything. It's just costing him a lot of money. It's making everybody slower, so he gets killed. This does have smoke, by the way. I mean, he brought the smoke one, but I've not seen him use it. I mean, it really does just come down to practice, and it's like, well, you can go outside, or you can do something that really matters, like stay inside and play an obscure, dying French strategy game for 3,000 hours. Do you know what I mean? So, because yeah, I think people, like, obviously if you were to say this, they'd be like, oh yeah, I should have done that, right? They're not going to be like, no, it wasn't a good idea. It's just about the you know, so the knowledge is generally there, right? Especially if you watch a lot of these videos, you'll basically know most of what there is to know about the game, I'd say, especially if you watch all the guides and watch a lot of the videos, but then it just comes down to the execution, right? So obviously these should be firing all the time, these should be moving after they shoot, and they should have a CV next to them so that they can shoot more, although I believe he's running out of CVs now. He is on a +1 though. But yeah, to buy 4 of these and then fire 2 of them once and then just not do anything with them and sell the transports and just leave them there is really, really sad. But it's obvious that he bought them to use them, right? It's just he's just not noticing. He's not noticing. So yeah, there's the knowledge aspect and then there's the execution. It's the same with basically everything in life. Just comes down to, you know, you've got a limited amount of time on this earth. What do you want to prioritize? You know, you can start your own business or start a family or something like that. Something that doesn't really matter. Or you can play 3,000 hours Warno and so he counter batteried the Berrigs, which was very intelligent behaviour, and he got the Berrigs there. So that was very nice. So these aren't as good as... There you go, the coffee. Let's see how useful this is. So these only have a salvo length of 2, whereas the Malkra has a salvo length of 3, and it's only 20 points cheaper, even though it's got 2/3 the DPS. So yeah, this guy's probably going to die. He's just not noticing. I mean, yeah, it's really something, isn't it? Well, this is a dedicated anti-healer playing. It's just blue. This is why you need the 3 cards of fighters. I would not be doing this either. I mean, this is one of your most important tools. You've chosen to upvet it, so you've only got 2 instead of 3. And now it's going to die. Because you wanted to kill a T-55A. You're not even going to kill. Okay, he makes it out. It's all good. All's well that ends well. But yeah, you want a supply next to these at all times as well. Oh, he's using them. But he's only using the most recently purchased 2 as opposed to... You see how he unloaded the front one there? That's very intelligent. And then the other ones can get closer. But then, obviously, you'd want to, you know, unload them before that happens. So yeah, he's smoking for these guys. But yeah, it's like the smoke should have been there before they went in so that they can drive straight in and this guy didn't kill them and so on and so on. So red back on that +1, 10 minutes left. All he's got to do is spend his income really and just sit here. But yeah, he's bought a bit more AA now, so these are getting punished a little bit, but they're not dying, as you can see. Really needs... Oh. So he's just had a... So he had the capacity to buy that all this time. I don't know, maybe he got wounded before. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I hate to see it. Yeah, you gotta be very, very careful with your fighters as corpus, or you're just gonna die. It's really not ideal. This has a lot of vet. This must have killed a lot of units. So, red, back in control. 9 minutes left. I don't know how many CVs this guy has left. I think this is the last one. Because he brought... think he brought 2 infantry ones. Right. One of which I think died over here and one died here. Then he had 2 of these. One of these died here to an SU-25. And then he had the 2 Topaz, which he bought at the start and they're not on the map anymore, so they clearly died. One died here, and or maybe that was the one that died here, so maybe he's still got 1 infantry CV left. Maybe. But no, because an infantry CV died here, and an infantry... Yeah, because I was complaining about the lack of smoke, right? I said you should do something useful with your life, like play 3,000 hours of an obscure French strategy game. So you see how useful this position has been? And so there should be more in here doing that, basically. Because, I mean, Red, if he had any sense, would kill this. Same with this one. So yeah, these T-55s have smoke, but they are reservist. So, is he going to smoke before he goes in? He is. No, never mind. Sort of. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm desynced or something and these aren't actually here, but... Because he bought them and he just never used them, and then he bought 2 more, and he just still never used these. He just started using these ones. So there you go. He sent this out after the smoke had landed. This guy wasn't so lucky. He didn't get the order, but... So you can hide behind the building here. This is out of ammo. As is this. They've been very useful. Like another ATGM there to shoot that way. The Okrana's 14 men for 55 points. It's just hard to kill. You can kill it with vehicles fairly easily, right? But infantry, you're going to struggle. Especially they've got Resolute as well, so... Can be useful. The ones in 56Y are a lot better because they get the melter truck. Scuff uses those a lot. You play against Scuff in the tournaments. He's always picking 56 wide. He's always spamming out those melter trucks. They do pure damage against infantry and buildings. So he's still got this, which is cool. I don't know what happened to his opponent's Krugs. The Pions must have got him both times. That is the second bearing. And so he's managed to stabilise. I mean, the Reservisti, like they are there, right, exist. Oh, it's this thing. So, yeah, you want to drive forwards or backwards. Obviously, backwards would take him further into the circle. But forwards has the risk of taking him into some enemy infantry who's running through the smoke. Who should be running through the smoke. Wow, this might actually die. No, he gets out again. This has done a lot of work. Like, what kind of angle is that? It just went through this building to hit that. Oh, the smoke faded because he forgot to fire it more than once. Oh, he did use these. There you go. So now he's out in the open. Yeah, it's rough, man. Like I said, need a lot of micro to play this stuff. It's good arty strikes, though. He might have 1 CV left. I mean, what a lot of people do is they wait for this to die, and then they buy the next one, and then they run out of time. So, it's very important learning, like, have a backup CV ready. Typically, that's the one that you have with your arty, that's your backup CV. So, Maryuk are engaging, although this one's 3-bet. This guy's been spot. Just this. So he knows it's on the map because it's. I mean, he's got a guy right here, but I guess if he right-clicked it, probably wouldn't shoot it because of the build. Well, we're about to find out. So like that building might be in the way there. Oh no, it does it just fine. It came in from a very high angle, so it's capable of killing it. But yeah, rough gig for Corpus. I mean, if it was most of the other maps in rotation, you don't have this big open field problem. Like, if you're on Factory, Corpus is amazing on Factory because you get the coffins. But he only bought 1 of them and he only used it once, basically. So in the whole 40 minutes. So that's, you know, because there are obviously lots of opportunities to use it here, for example. Basically in all these buildings would be useful. I have one back here. Zoom. But it all requires micro, Very high micro div. 157Y, it does take a bit of effort, because your stuff's generally close range. So it's kind of hard to move up and so on. You got to do a lot of blobbing. But, you know, the strategy is fairly straightforward. You know, you buy your stuff and you send it forwards. I mean, that's basically what he's doing. The Su-25s have... he did a good job of securing air superiority, Red, right? Did a good job of that. And now we see 5 commentators. I mean, this is a very, very over game. So I'm just going to speed up a bit. Looks like they're going to fight it out for the next couple of minutes. But, I mean, he's literally got... I don't think he's even got a CV left, so... He's got no chance of winning, so there's the surrender. So, this is ResNos. He's rank 156, apparently. And this is Buffygum, rank 1311. So, certainly has a lot more games, right? Yeah, I mean, I think Corps is a very difficult div to play, and you should only play it if you're really switched on that day and you want to click very, very fast for the whole game. You got to click very fast. It is fun though. I mean, well, it depends. It depends what's fun for you. Obviously, losing isn't fun, and if you play Corpus, you're going to lose a lot. So, is that fun? But it's got a high skill ceiling as a division, right? It just comes down to how much you can use those whip smoke things. If you can just keep that going the whole game, you can basically just smoke the whole map. Obviously, a lot easier said than done. As you can see, the KD was fairly similar. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. GG.